Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're looking at this, I'm Psychic Medium Ray, and my rays of light. Thank you. It's been a little bit a minute, but I am here. I'm ready to do a reading on this government shutdown. Now, I don't like to get into politics or anything, but I feel like everybody on both sides has a lot to say about this, and a lot of my rays of light have been asking me to do a reading or give insights into what I see for this shutdown and SNAP benefits that many people that were, receiving it are being impacted by. Tonight I have my candle here it's like a pumpkin candle, but here I have one of my candles that's available on my website for sale. They're retail for $5.99. This is a cash flow and abundance candle, so it comes already dressed. It has black tourmaline as well as herbs like mint, basil, ruta, to attract money, rosemary. So those are $5.99, available on my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And if you are wondering what deck I'm going to be using tonight, this is a cute deck from the UK. It's called Cute Ghost Tarot, and I thought it was very appropriate since we are in the midst of Halloween approaching. So let's see what comes up for around this whole situation. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat, a Republican, whatever, it is ridiculous. I feel like a lot of people are feeling like the effects of all of this with the shutdown. A lot of things are getting affected. People are getting affected, especially, people with families, the elderly that need food, etc. So what I see is the Ace of Coins. This is all about money. This is all about an economic kind of operation to control. So what I feel like is that this is, it's almost like they're trying to collapse the economic system in some ways, to come in and play the savior. This is how the collective feel right now. The Eight of Blades, the Eight of Swords. We feel trapped, right? And we're going to continue to feel like that for a little bit. And I feel like the Democrats and the Republicans can't see eye to eye with this. One wants to help people, the indigent, the people who need the help. The other party is not wanting to budge, feels like money should not go to illegals and whatnot. But it's like, it's a lot of conflict here between both parties, but there is going to be a resolution. The Queen of Sticks, the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of like the divine feminine stepping in. I feel like as much as this is a shit show happening right now with our government, and I'm talking about the government collective, not just one political party. I feel like the teacher comes in, the Hierophant. This is a time for us to stick together and really turn into ourselves, into our spirituality. When you can't count on the government and the government doesn't care about you because they're doing this, obviously it's affecting everybody. It's affecting food prices. I mean, have you been to the grocery store lately? Everything has gone up. This is not what we had years ago, and these were not the promises that were made. We're seeing a lot of this bringing out the devil card. So I feel like we're going to see a lot of looting. We're going to see a lot of people, being desperate times call for desperate measures. This is going to lead to like drug, people making money in a roundabout way, if you know what I mean, to make ends meet. So it's like people are desperate. People are going to turn to to gluttony, to whatever. But a lot of us that are old schooler, our parents were baby boomers. Like I'm from the 80s. We know how the art of survival. If it comes down to it, it's cornbread, honey. We're from the South. It's cornbread. It's rice and beans. I definitely think that everybody, not to like cause fear or anything, but I do think a lot of people need to, really prepare with canned foods and stuff, just for hard times. I do feel like this is a period of the world being tested, and we've had shutdowns before. We have had it with different administrations, whatnot, but we've always come out of it. But I do feel like with the Two of Blades, is at least 2 more weeks. I do feel and see like this shutdown, the government opening back up before the end of November, but it might be into the first 2 weeks of November that we see a lot of this still like deciding. The Three of Coins tells us that they're going to work together as a team, even though one doesn't agree, they're going to eventually budge, because if they don't, what I suspect is that this is going to cause chaos. The Tower card is like, it's weakening our government in many ways because we don't seem to come together with a plan to, you know, drive money into the economic system and not pumping it. So it leaves us in a very vulnerable state. But the Page of Cups, there is a resolution coming. Eventually, you know, the Democrats, the Republicans are going to have to get together and come to some type of agreement. And they may not like it, but I feel like there's going to be an agreement that does come in with the Queen of Swords. I see that, but I feel like with the Four of Coins, a lot of people are going to be very cautious. I feel like now every business is feeling it. Every small business owner, every big business owner. I mean, the other day I remember going, it was like during the daytime, to Walmart, and of all places, and it was dead. The parking lot was dead. There was a lot of people not buying, but people will start buying and spending money again once they know the government has opened up, and that's going to kind of set, you know, things into motion. And I do feel with the Page of Coins, like, things will get better. There are brighter days ahead. So don't let this whole, I feel like a lot of TikTokers and, you know, other social medias are using propaganda and fear techniques and spreading a lot of false AI narratives regarding what is really happening here. You know, and while I don't agree with politics, and I don't, you know, I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible, I just feel like it's full of bullshit. But the Wheel of Fortune comes out in the reading, so I feel like this is Fate card. Things are going to get better between now and December, but I do feel like in the meantime, you know, December might look for a lot of people that have lost their jobs or unemployed still. Struggles, but as we go into 2026, I do feel that this is like an economic reset, and we're going to feel alone. You know, a lot of us are feeling alone, and we're feeling abandoned by our government. You know, a lot of people, that's the feeling as a collective. If the government is listening, you know, the people who have voted and trusted in the government, or voted for whoever we voted for, or whatever you politically stand for, and, you know, your congressman, your congresswoman, there's a lot of faith that's been put into certain people, and it's like we're being, you know, people are being, they feel like that we're being betrayed in many ways, and this is causing a lot of battles here between both parties, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of division, which is already happening. But, you know, people are going to lose their mind. It's kind of like when COVID hit. So things definitely need to change, and I think that a lot of people on both sides of the political stream know that this is going to happen. And I feel like the people that invest in crypto or cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, they're also worried about this economic system. But don't worry, things are going to be, the King of Cups is like, there is going to be a resolution. Eventually people are going to be very happy. I do see enlightenment here. This hardship is happening. Everything that happens is for a reason. And the universe, God, you know, allows these things to happen to help us, you know, help us restore some faith in humanity, but also to come together as, you know, as human beings and help one another. And remember what it was like when COVID hit. You know, a lot of businesses helped one another. We shop local. I know for me, I try to shop local whenever I can, instead of supporting the big conglomerate or the big franchises and companies, you know, because ultimately it's those corporations that are, you know, benefiting and profiting from tax cuts and whatnot. And it's the poorer mom and pop shops that are going to be closing. A lot of them are closing now, that will be closing. We're going to see that, a lot of that before 2026 enters. A lot of people filing bankruptcy, a lot of businesses collapsing. A lot of things have to collapse in order for us to come in and come into a better financial future. And so there's going to be a lot of struggles, but I also feel, like I said, Six of Coins, there's going to be some relief in sight that's being worked on. And then the Three of Sticks, a lot of planning. So right now the government is planning a lot to help the people, even though right now it doesn't seem like that. Just hang on. It's going to be interesting. The Ten of Cups is about fulfillment. A lot of people are going to feel emotionally fulfilled. And I feel like the message here is to stay together, pray. If we prayed as a collective and put our energies towards manifesting money, SNAP benefits for the people who need it, etc., I literally feel like we would see a big change. But right now we're so divided and so angry and so upset about everything that's happening that we cannot see straight. And I feel like the message here is that they want us to, we will overcome this. We shall overcome this. But, and the key here is to praying all together. And so I ask everybody that's looking at this, if you can light a white candle tonight and pray, you know, to the universe, to God, to your angels, to send healing out to the universe, to our economic system, to our government, to find peace within themselves. I feel like that might help. But we definitely have to keep our faith in God no matter what, our faith in a higher power. Everything is going to get better, guys, but it is a very chaotic time. And I know that this reading might go against what other psychic readings have stated out there or whatnot. But, you know, I stand alone in my own sovereignty, and I try to always bring you the tea from spirit. So this message is not to create further division, but to just provide you with a peaceful message. I love you guys, and I'm very grateful. And you'll be seeing more content on here. Just been super busy this month, but yeah, thank you so much for your love and support, my rays of light. And for my new subscribers and anyone new listening to this, if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, like it, and subscribe to it. And then also follow me on Patreon. Just had a mini Patreon meeting this afternoon. I will be having one for All Hallows Eve. And we're going to be having an event where we share scary stories. It's a 2-hour event from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want to join that, you can go to my Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/psychic medium Ray. There's no contracts, no commitments. It's $10 per month to join, but you'll also get access to any daily readings that I do, daily messages, other content, predictions that are coming up, you know, developmental classes that I'm going to be teaching on there as well. So it's a good avenue to sign up to. And again, I'm not pushing it on anyone, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to join us. And again, you can cancel at any given time. But I hope that you stay, and I love you guys. Again, good night. And if I don't come back on here with another reading between now and Halloween, have a happy Halloween. All right, bye, guys.